going to use the same idea of expanded form to now look at subtraction of larger numbers. So the first problem we're going to look at is 459 minus 236. So again, you should be writing this down as we do it, just so you get a handle of the form we're using and the organization. The organization is going to be very similar. We're going to write this in expanded form by taking 400 plus 50 plus 9. So this part is all the same. The other number is 200 plus 30 plus 6. So at this point it looks exactly the same. The only difference is now we're going to be subtracting these. And so the only confusing part is it looks like we're adding still. We're just going to ignore these. This is just the expanded form. So we're just going to go 9 minus 6 is 3. 50 minus 30 is 20. 400 minus 200 is 200. And then because we have it in expanded form, this is still added, so we're still going to put these together. It becomes 223. Okay, so we can look at it in the traditional way. 9 minus 6 is 3. It's our ones column. Tens column, 5 minus 3 is 2. But the same thing as 50 minus 30. 4 minus 2 is the same thing as 400 minus 200 that we did here. And we get 2, so 223. Alright, so we're going to look at a problem now where we have to regroup, or otherwise known as borrowing. The problem we're going to look at is 564 minus 347. Just like all these other problems we've been doing, we're going to start by writing it out in expanded form. So I'm going to take this first number, 500 plus 60 plus 4. The other number is 300 plus 40 plus 7. Okay, we're subtracting these. So we go to the ones place first. I cannot do 4 minus 7. And so we have to go to the tens, and what we are going to do is borrow 10 from this. So this becomes 50. When I move 10 over here, this becomes 14. And so that explains to some of you why in the past we've always told you to take 1 away from this and add 1 there. But really what you're doing is moving 10 over. That's how 4 becomes 14. Okay, so let's go back to our expanded form. So now I can go 14 minus 7 is 7. 50 minus 40 is 10. 500 minus 300 is 200. So 200 plus 10 plus 7 gives us our 217. If we go to it the way that you've been taught in the past, 14 minus 7 is 7. We've already taken care of our borrowing there. 5 minus 4 is 1. 5 minus 3 is 2. And we get the same 217. Alright, so we're going to do another example. It's just going to be a little bit different, but the same idea, just to kind of prove a point, and then we'll give you one in a minute here to work on. We're going to look at the problem 738 minus 461. So again, we're going to write this out in expanded form. 700 plus 30 plus 8. The other number is 400 plus 60 plus 1. And again, we are subtracting all of this. So we start in our ones place. This time we can do this. 8 minus 1 is 7, so that's not a problem. The problem occurs in our tens column. 30 minus 60 we can't do. So we're going to go to the hundreds column here. We're going to borrow 100 from this and make it 600. Add 100 to 30 and makes it 130. And so now we can perform our subtraction in the 10 column. 130 minus 60 is 70. 600 minus 400 is 200. We're adding these together, so we get 277. So now just for comparison, we'll do it the normal way here that you've been learning. 8 minus 1 is 7. I can't do 3 minus 6, so I go here and borrow 1 and add 1 to that. But like in our example, we're really borrowing 100 and moving it to the tens column and making it 130. 13 minus 6 here is 7. 6 minus 4 is 2. We get 277. So we're going to give you an example. In this example, you're actually going to have to kind of combine the last two examples that we've showed you. You're going to have to borrow from both the tens and the hundreds column in order to complete this problem. So the problem we want you to do, so write this down on your paper as I do, is 532 minus 386. So we want you to write these both out in expanded form and use what we've just taught you as far as borrowing or regrouping to complete the subtraction. So at this time your teacher should pause the tape while you work on this for a few minutes. Alright, so you should be done with this at this point. Your teacher should have checked to make sure everybody's finished. So we're going to kind of just go through it with you, make sure that you've done it correctly. So we're going to write this out in expanded form, 500 plus 30 plus 2. The other number is 300 plus 80 plus 6. So we're going to start over here in our ones column. I cannot do 2 minus 6, so I'm going to go to the tens and borrow 10 and put that 10 in my ones column, so it becomes 12. Now I can perform the subtraction of 12 minus 6, and I get 6. Okay, now we're dealing with 20 minus 80. Again, I can't do that. So I'm going to the hundreds column and borrowing 100 to make it 400, and I'm dealing with 120 now. So now that subtraction can be performed. 120 minus 80 is 40. 400 minus 300 is 100. So I'm adding these together. They combine to be 146. So now we'll look at it in the normal problem here. 2 minus 6 can't do. Borrow 2, bring over the 1. 12 minus 6 is 6. Okay, now I go back. I can't do 2 minus 8. So again, I have to borrow from the next place over. I get 4. Out of 1, I get 12 minus 8 is 4. 4 minus 3 is 1. I get the 146.